We established the brisa earlier that says that you make alamichia on rice was the opinion of Rabban Gamliel. And we quoted a brisa for that says that Rabban Gamliel actually holds that you say alamichia on rice bread. The contradicting brisa, which said that you do not say any after bracha, we said was the opinion of the Chachamim, or the Rabbanon, that hold that you do not say an after bracha on rice bread. Now we explained that not saying an after bracha meant bar nefashos, but we left it just at that. With that, we answered a contradiction in the brisa. One brisa was Rabban Gamliel, one brisa was the Rabbanon. Now the Gemara says, we start from במאי Okimitah, which is a question, and the question is, with what did we establish the brisa? Ki Rabban Gamliel. You said that it's Rabban Gamliel. That says that you have to say an alamichia on rice. Ema seifa dereisha, say the end of the first part. Now, the brisa had two parts to it. The first part was about wheat, and the second part was about rice. And now it's going to quote the end of the first part of the brisa, which was about wheat. Im ein haprusis kayamais, if the pieces are not whole, that meant that I baked wheat bread, then I put it into soup, and it dissolves in the soup. If it dissolves to the extent that the prusis are not kayamas, the pieces are not whole, betchila mevarech ala, on the beginning you bless on it barim mina mezainas. I say a barim mina mezainas on the soup that has dissolved bread in it. Ula b'soif, and at the end mevarech ala, I bless on it. I say bracha achas men shalish, which is an alamechia. Bracha achas, one bracha, which is me'en shalish, which is similar to three, a quasi three benching, which is the alamechia. So the Gemara says this brisa here that starts with, this is the beginning of the brisa up here. That bar mina mezainas is not the end of the brisa. The end of the brisa is right here. Let's make it even darker. We could change the color so we make it clear. That's the full brisa. Okay. The Gemara now says mani. Who is this brisa? Rabban Gamliel. If we say that this brisa is Rabban Gamliel, the one that talks about if the pieces aren't whole, that I say a mezainas and an alamechia hashta now. Akaiseves va'adaisa, on dates and on porridge or on grits. Amar Rabban Gamliel, let's put in some commas. Amar Rabban Gamliel gimel brachos, Rabban Gamliel says that I need to say a full benching. That means on anything from the 7 species, I need to say an entire benching, like we said before. Rabban Gamliel holds that Eretz Chita v'Sar Gefentein Rim and Eretz Yishem Dvash. Continues on with the pasuk of Achalta v'Savata v'Rachta, that you have to say a complete benching on anything from the 7 species. So imein aprusis kayames, if the pieces are not whole, mi ba'i, does it need to tell me that I need to say a full benching? And the Gemara really has a second step to this. And not only that, but it didn't even tell me to say a full benching. It only said an alamichia. So it's so obvious that according to Rabban Gamliel, I need a full benching on bread that's dissolved in a soup or in a stew. So the beginning of the brisa that says that the bread, afterwards I say an alamichia on, cannot be the opinion of Rabban Gamliel. So how then is the second part of the brisa, the seif of the brisa, which is discussing rice, which says that I say an alamichia on rice, according to Rabban Gamliel, if the first part of the brisa is clearly not Rabban Gamliel, because the first part I would need to say a complete benching on anything that's from the 7 species, including dissolved bread. If I have to say it on even a date or porridge, which is basically dissolved grain, and I have to say a full benching. So the Gemara now says, El Pshita, we must say Rabbanan. The brisa must be the Rabbanan. Now, the Rabbanan would fit perfectly the fact that we make an alamechia on dissolved bread, because it's like a porridge. If so, kasha the Rabbanan on the Rabbanan. It's a question of the Rabbanan on the Rabbanan, because regarding the bread that's dissolved, it's an alamechia. But regarding the after bracha on rice being an alamechia, that the Rabbanan earlier said up here, that Chachamim Aimrim Leiklum, the Chachamim say that you do not say any after bracha on it. So it can't be the Rabbanan, because in the Brisa it says that you say an alamichya on rice bread. So the Gemara says Elalo Ilam, rather really Rabbanan. It is the Rabbanan. Utini, and you should teach Gabi Yoires regarding the rice, Ula B'Seif Eina Mavarech Alav V'Loi Klum, that I do not say any after bracha on it. Ula B'Seif, and at the end, Eina Mavarech Alav, you do not say on it V'Loi Klum, and not anything. It's a double negative, but what it means is that I don't say any after bracha. But what the Gemara is doing here is it's amending the text of the Brisa. The Brisa originally said that you say a after bracha of alamichya on rice bread, and the Gemara is saying that in order for this Brisa to fit with anyone completely, we're going to need to amend the text. The Gemara chooses to amend the text to fit that the Brisa should be the Rabbanan, and after rice bread I don't say an alamichya, I don't say an after bracha, which, as we explained, means that we do say a bar nefashos, but not a benching after bracha. And when it comes to the wheat that's dissolved, an alamichya makes sense that that's the Rabbanan.